Hello, and welcome to our playthrough of Horizon Forbidden West. I hope you're enjoying the series as much as I am, and now let's head into our episode.
There you are. Feeling better?
Oh,
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you.
there is a metal flower here.
Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
Kinda have to.
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Love.
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen.
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back, and I haven't even come close.
Hi, Ross.
I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends.
I could buy this. I buy this.
Please, sit down.
They have hinted throughout the game that she is obsessed with Elizabeth Sobek. So I find this believable.
There. That's better.
With the artwork a little too on the nose. Oh, that does
Now,
look like yummy food.
We must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere.
Why? It's so much work for so little.
Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
Well,
I wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
fair play.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tanakh capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me.
And Beta.
You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
There's gotta be more. They're still human. This is the thing. They're still human. It's not like they breathe methane or carbon monoxide or something. They still need the same type of atmosphere we breathe. They still need the same type of food we eat, and liquid hydration, and all of that. So there's gotta be more. It makes no... Like, even if they rebooted the biosphere, it would just create the same biosphere. Just without anyone else on it. And that is a lot... That is... Well... That is the way of engineers and maniacal evil villain, supervillain engineers, is to do far more work than you need to get where you want to go. Because literally, it would... All they have to do is like land and be like, hey, we're gods, worship us. No need to reboot anything. Know what I mean? It's too much work, but again, the narcissistic engineers... I guess it feels like there should be more. So we're gonna start with Elizabeth and work our way around.
So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
How did you meet?
So when you met Elizabeth, she was, what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
Like, take Silence, for example. You started a rebellion to get the machine army, and you chose Regala. Why not just approach Hikaru and be like, hey, I can tame machines. I know you're all about power, but these bad guys are coming. We're gonna need the machines to fight them. Let me help you. Hikaru is not an idiot. He would have been like, alright, let's do it. I believe in his character, at least from what I've seen, he would have like, alright, yeah, our worries alone are not going to be enough. Let's start learning how to tame machines. Plus, we can use the machines to maybe help with everything else around here. Again, unnecessary complexity is kind of a hallmark of bad guys. Let's face it.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much.
Yeah, everyone around him.
He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regala.
Who are now all dead.
Attacking their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hikaru.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside.
I don't think there's a way to avoid that. Either it's going to be Regala's army, or it's going to be Hikaru on our side. Again, I mean, I guess they could just, but again, it just seems like so much work.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed.
Ah, here we go.
That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
Good question.
A massive geological event.
Oh.
We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do
Think of how
is get to that base.
God complexy that is. You need a minimum amount of population as a species to survive. And as far as we know, there's only like, we'll be generous. Maybe there's more on the ship who are asleep that we are not aware of, who are not being involved in this. Something along those lines. But for all we know, these are the last, including her, 3 human beings alive, if they were to wipe the slate. Think of how boring that would get. How sad that would be. Huh.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Okay.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes.
Why did you end it?
It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
No, I'm not buying it. I think you could have contacted her like, this is just a copy of Elizabeth, not the real one. Done. And you were just making excuses.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her.
Not the worst.
I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Aha, you see?
To the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
Again.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
Everything comes back to Elizabeth. For everything.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Uh-oh.
Well,
Wrap in.
start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school.
Understood those.
Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided.
Oh. Oh.
Because of circumstances beyond my control.
Yeah.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence.
Aha.
From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
Black Ops. Getcha.
You were a spy?
Woo! Well done, Aloy.
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
She was the broker from Mass Effect 2.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
The Mass Effect.
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Faro's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
See, again, back to Liz.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were.
It's not bad.
It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes.
See what I mean?
Now, finally, having met you,
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have a second chance.
What?
This is why I'm buying it.
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream.
Back to Liz.
Which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
She's sad she didn't get the chance she wanted with Liz. Focused on the on Liz's daughters. I consider them her daughters. Beta didn't meet expectations. She cut it off. Then she regretted it, but couldn't go back. Now she's got a third chance? No. At this point, she's so obsessed. Whatever. Alright. So there must be another way.
First Varl. Now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
Ooh, fancy. Make it quick.
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long.
Make it quick.
You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise, okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
Call her sister. Be like, I'm coming for you, sis. Little sister. Little sister. Wow. Older sister.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister.
Yeah.
Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth.
What is that?
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When.
Huh. Yeah.
Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Before we do anything... Oh, what's up? Alright.
Looks like there's more to this place. I'm sure Tilda won't mind me poking around. But how to get through these vines?
Oh, we can get through them now. Right. That gets us there. Is there another way up?
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Fair enough.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering.
That's
I
good.
sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
Oh, wow. Get up. Thank you. I don't know where I'm going. I apologize. Hold on. Ah!
You can get a strong color out of this.
Alright. I will figure this out. Hold on. Oh, shit. I am off the... Quite literally off the reservation, huh? Alright. Alright, this might be the start of next episode. For now, we're gonna go very wrong. And that'll probably be the end of this particular episode. We'll go from there. But we're definitely in endgame. Oh, this is taking a long load. There we go. Oh, actually, that's not a bad idea. I'll quick save. There's gonna be a lot of talking to people.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
And we won't.
Tolo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first, we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hekarro. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
I thought there'd be more.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
Alright. Yeah, I guess we check on Zoe. And then we check out Beta's room. And then we'll talk to anyone else left in the base.
My fingers feel stiff in this cold.
Over here, Aloy. We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plainsong and... further east, to the Nora Sacred Lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Vala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow, still till the sea rises as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us. I'm with child, Aloy.
Varl had a baby!
I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them.
Alright.
I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. Then I'll use it on a sunwing and get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
Oh, that answers that. Alright, so let's talk to everyone again. Again, we'll end with Zoe.
When you have the time.
We can't talk to Hikaru. Let's talk with Alpha.
You look busy.
My studies are a good distraction, especially after Cauldron Gemini. Varl, Beta, Gaia, gone. And that's just the beginning. The Zeniths want to rob us of our future, too.
We won't let that happen. Tilda, the Zenith that Beta mentioned, she was the one who rescued me.
Did she say why?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from, the more valuable the knowledge shared, the higher the price extracted.
Bing.
I'd be careful if I were you, Aloy.
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes. I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tenakth. An entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly.
I still want her to end up with Kotalo.
How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Erend seem to have taken to it the hardest, but I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. Seems like everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
Kotalo more than most. If I were this Regala, I wouldn't want to cross him on the battlefield.
Regala still has a lot of machines on her side.
That's where you come in, I suspect.
If my plan works. I should get going. Be ready to go on my signal, okay?
I won't let you down.
I know.
Now let's talk to Beta. That's not the right word. Let's go. Hey, wait a minute. How do you have more?
Was there some...
Tilda's the one who rescued me.
Did she say why she's...
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. She was...
But you still... Where I come from, the higher the... I'd be careful.
I should get going.
Be careful.
That was weird.
Did you see Katala's new arm? I never thought I'd see metal bound to flesh in that way.
There is... Right, there's no Gaia either. So that means we can definitely get into Beta's room. Beta, 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 beta. I can stop running into the server. Right, this would be Beta's room. The vault. Oh, it's an audio data point. Wait,
I've got
what?
to be more careful. Jensen almost caught on.
Alright, this is not Beta's room. Beta's room. That's the stairs up. Alright, come down. This should be Beta's room.
I guess this is things.
Hey, Aloy. If you were listening to this, then, things didn't go as planned at Gemini. I know you'll keep your promise. Which means I must be dead. Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? But a lot's happened since you found me in that ectogenic chamber. Thank you, Aloy. You've been my shelter. And I would risk it all again to be by your side. I know you'll find a way forward. That's what you do.
I'm sorry, Beta. But I'm getting you back, no matter what it takes.
Miss Elizabeth. Oh! The more I read up on the Regional Control Center, the more I appreciate the immense amount of planning that went into Project Zero Dawn. One aspect of this facility has me puzzled. Why pre-design it? Gaia was more than equipped to imagine the needs of humans. While I have 4 working hypotheses, the answer may be the simplest. Sentimentality. Combing through the facility's files led to the discovery of an audio log, severely corrupted, likely a consequence of Minerva's occupation. Only managed to extract a fragment. August was only 8. Okay, so we needed this. Gotcha. When the swarm broke out, he was in Singapore staying with his mom. I should have gone. Should have done a lot of things different. So there we go. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to get into that area till now. I'm a little impatient. I apologize. I thought I had missed it. That it was irreparably gone sort of thing. Turns out it was in front of me anyway. A log from the facility's designer, perhaps. I suspect it may have something to do with the locked door tucked away behind the maintenance shaft. Disinclined to pursue the matter further at this time. Aloy and Gaia want me to help build the transport rig and pulse generators for the trip to Gemini, so I must direct all of my attention. Hope it's not a pointless endeavor. It all depends on whether Aloy can procure Ted Farrow's Omega clearance. Frankly, feels like a lunch. There we go. Alright, well that explains a few. How do I get out of here again? There. Now let's talk to Erin.
You know, we've never played Machine Strike together.
I thought you were gonna go fight some Tanakh.
I wanted to check in with you first.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just, picking up the pieces like everyone else. I'll be there when you need me.
I never doubted that.
Oh. Good. I'm glad you're back.
So am I. I know you hate waiting, but you'll have to stay back here a little longer.
Well, you go do what you gotta do, but are you okay? It's not just Varl we lost. Beta's gone. I almost lost it when I realized my sister had been taken by Dervahl back in the Sundom.
I'm getting her back. That's all that matters.
Understood.
Do you think Zoe will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did.
She's pregnant.
That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
I need to get going.
You better get there before Katalo tries to take on Regala's entire army by himself. Yeah, do me a favor. Don't go disappearing on us again.
I'll do my best.
Alright, now let's talk to Zoe.
Think you can manage things here while I go help Hekarro?
Stopping Regala's war. It'll help us take the fight to the Zeniths?
Yes.
Then I'll make sure the rest of us are ready upon your return.
Okay. We'll be facing Spectre drones soon. Erend and Katalo have fought them before, so...
Already asked them to run us through some combat drills. Erend moves like an oaf, but he's good with that hammer.
I know we both want to make the Zeniths pay for what they've done, but once we infiltrate their base, our priority will be to get Gaia and Beta out of there.
Don't worry. I won't go seeking revenge like some blood-crazed Tenakth. Wherever your arrow strikes, mine will follow.
Let's hope we hit our targets.
But she will get her revenge. Oh, we know she will.
How's Erend doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
Erend told us how you tracked down the Oseram supplying Regala with machines. In fact, he's quite adamant about relating the tale at least twice a day. But I can tell it meant a lot that you asked for his help.
I wouldn't have been able to track them down if it wasn't for him.
Alright.
I need to get going.
Whatever you plan on doing against Regala, you better return to us in one piece.
I'll try.
Alright, I will craft the spear, and then we will call it a day. Where is... Hold on. Oh. Alright, so let's do this. Uh-oh, do I need to go hunting parts? No. Okay, good.
Override installed. Now to find a sunwing.
Alright.
I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
Oh, before I forget, I watered those plants.
We will do that next episode. Thank you very much for watching. You want to go there?
I just know they meant a lot to you, and,
anyways, as always, I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. I am. Sad to see Varl go. I seriously thought it'd be either Erend and Aloy, and then Beta would step up or something, but they started dropping flags of death and hints the last 30 minutes. Kind of sucked. I liked him as a character. But we are done for the day. Thank you very much for watching.
I need to find a sunwing to override. Better head up the mountain.
As always, feel free to like, subscribe, or comment, or smash that bell. Even better, come on over. Even better, check out other playthroughs. Here, I'm just gonna do some playthroughs and videos I've made. Best is come on over and check me out when I stream live. I'm just gonna... Sunday through Friday. Thank you very much for watching, and until we see each other again... money's not good. I don't need it. We'll wait. Until we see each other again, remember to be kind.
You can make yourself stand out like that.
Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or, even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.